Archangel Michael says, "This message is urgent, and you were meant to hear it tonight." The air around you has already shifted, and though you may not feel it fully, a silent oath has been made in your name. Somewhere far from where you are, a man connected to your future has already decided that no matter what comes, your safety will be his first and last mission. This man is not just a passing stranger, he is bound to your life's timeline in a way that fate carefully wove years before you even met. His eyes have already studied the horizon, watching for the storm that is building, and his heart has already promised that he will stand between you and danger. But something dark has caught wind of this vow, and now, a dangerous hand is moving in the shadows to silence him before he can reach you. Even now, this unseen enemy circles closer, trying to erase the path that leads this man to you. They have whispered lies in certain ears, they have planned accidents, and they have planted seeds of fear in those who might have stood as allies. The intention is clear: if he never reaches you, your protection will weaken, and your light will be left exposed. Every hour matters now. The threads of destiny that bind you both are being pulled taut, tested, and threatened with being cut. If that happens, the silence that follows will not just be his absence, it will be the absence of the shield that heaven placed in your story to guard what is coming next. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The journey to you has already begun for him, but it will not be easy. His steps are heavy with the weight of a promise he cannot explain to anyone else. He has seen glimpses, dreams, signs, strange feelings in the night, all pointing him toward you, urging him forward even when the path is unclear. The danger that hunts him is not just human. It is fueled by something that does not want your paths to meet. It knows that once the two of you stand side by side, there will be no more easy way to reach you. You will be shielded, and the harm meant for you will fail. Already, there are people around you feeling the ripple of his approach, though they do not know it is him. Some feel uneasy without reason, others find themselves restless at night. This is because your lives are moving toward the moment when his presence changes everything. But in the unseen world, a race has begun, one between the force trying to connect you and the force trying to destroy that connection. And every moment you remain unaware, the hand that seeks to silence him grows bolder. Type Amen to get blessing 888. He carries something with him, something only meant for you. It is not just protection, it is also the key to unlocking a part of your destiny that has been sealed until the right person arrived. This is why the enemy is desperate to stop him. If he speaks to you, if he delivers what he carries, the power against you will crumble. You may feel a strange pull lately, moments when your chest feels heavier, your thoughts linger on an unnamed person, or you catch yourself glancing toward doorways as if expecting someone to appear. This is your spirit sensing him drawing near. Archangel Michael says, "Do not ignore the signs, for the heavens have placed them carefully." The moments of déjà vu, the sudden chills, the dreams you barely remember, they are all parts of the map guiding you to recognize him when he arrives. But for him, the path is laced with traps. Conversations he thought were private are being overheard. Meetings he planned have been cancelled without explanation. Travel routes are blocked, messages delayed, and trusted friends suddenly turn distant without cause. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Even so, his resolve does not falter. He knows the risk, but he also knows that to do nothing would be to leave you vulnerable. His vow is silent but unbreakable. Somewhere in his mind, he has already pictured the moment he finds you, the relief, the quiet exchange of understanding, the instant knowing that his fight was worth it. The dangerous hand against him is clever, using fear to push him back. It has tried to bury him in doubt, to convince him that you will be fine without him. But his soul refuses to listen, because somewhere deep, he remembers the promise made long before this lifetime. And you, even now, are a part of this fight without knowing it. Your energy fuels his courage, your existence strengthens his will. The same light that has drawn blessings toward you is the light that guides him through the danger. Still, the threat grows closer. The one trying to silence him has more resources, more reach, and more determination than you realize. But they have underestimated one thing: the force of a promise sealed in the presence of heaven. Type Amen to get blessing 999. The ground beneath his journey is shifting, yet he keeps moving. Every new obstacle is met with a quiet determination that nothing will keep him from fulfilling what was promised. In the stillness of night, he repeats your name in his thoughts as if it were a shield against the darkness closing in. There are moments when his heart pounds without reason, warning him that the danger is close. He feels the eyes that watch him from hidden places, the footsteps that match his own on quiet streets. Yet, even as fear brushes his spine, the thought of you drives him forward like an unshakable command. Archangel Michael says, there is a war around you that you cannot yet see, but you will feel its outcome. These are not just random events, they are pieces of a calculated strike meant to sever your protection before it reaches you. The dangerous hand has no mercy and no intention of stopping until silence falls. But what they don't understand is that he was chosen for this role before either of you understood its weight. Fate gave him the courage to withstand storms others would flee from, and that courage is the very thing standing between you and what waits in the shadows. Type Amen to get blessing 222. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. This man has already crossed paths with whispers of your life. He has heard fragments of your story in places you'd never expect, overheard conversations, half-forgotten letters, unmarked envelopes. Every clue pulls him closer, tightening the invisible string that connects you both. The enemy senses this movement and becomes restless. They have begun to set traps not just for him, but for anyone who might try to help him reach you. Each snare is crafted to delay, to disorient, and to strip him of allies. Still, he presses on. He knows that every delay is dangerous for you. Every day he does not reach you is a day the darkness feels more confident in its approach. His mind holds one image above all: your safety. That single thought is enough to carry him through the threats, the losses, and the fear that stalks his every step. And it is this same thought that has kept him from turning back when others might have surrendered. Type Amen to get blessing 444. The closer he gets, the louder the noise of resistance becomes. It is as if the air itself thickens, each breath heavier than the last. Those who stand against him are not just people, they are driven by forces that fear what will happen when you finally stand under his protection. There is a place in his heart where doubt tries to enter, but he locks it away. He cannot afford to question the path now, not when the stakes are this high. His promise was not made in convenience, it was made in the presence of something greater, something eternal. Archangel Michael says, the enemy will always strike harder when you are close to your breakthrough. This is the truth shaping his journey now, the reason why the attacks feel stronger and more frequent. The last stretch before victory is always the most dangerous. What waits for you both beyond this moment is not just safety. It is a turning point in your life, a shift that will place you out of reach of the same darkness that has been chasing you for years. Type Amen to get blessing 101. The dangerous hand moves with precision. They know when to strike and when to wait, as if they, too, can sense the rhythm of fate. But their focus on him has left one flaw: they have underestimated your own resilience. While you may not see him yet, your spirit has been making room for his arrival. You have been shedding certain habits, moving away from certain people, and closing doors that no longer serve you. These small changes are not coincidences, they are preparations for the moment he steps into your life. The enemy tries to weave illusions into your path, hoping to distract you from what is coming. They want you to doubt the presence of divine timing, to believe you are alone. But your soul knows better. Some nights you may feel restless, waking for no reason and glancing toward the window. This is not random, it is your inner self sensing movement in the unseen, feeling the ripples of someone fighting their way toward you. Type Amen to get blessing 777. The distance between you and him is shrinking, but so is the time the enemy has left to stop him. The dangerous hand is no longer patient, its strikes are becoming reckless, more desperate, more willing to risk exposure. Every failed attempt to halt him only fuels their rage and makes their moves sharper. He feels the shift in the air, the sudden changes in his surroundings, the way shadows linger longer than they should. His instincts scream that each step is being tracked. Yet, he does not slow, for in his mind, the promise to you is more powerful than the threats against him. Somewhere deep within, you may feel this too. There are moments when your heart beats faster for no reason, or when your breath catches in your chest as if sensing danger from far away. These are not accidents, they are silent echoes of his battle reaching you before he does. Archangel Michael says, the path of protection is never without scars, but scars are proof of survival. Every obstacle he overcomes adds strength to the shield he is bringing into your life. And once that shield is in place, the dangerous hand will find no way to reach you again. Type Amen to get blessing 121. The enemy has begun to spread falsehoods about him, twisting the truth in an effort to break his credibility before he even arrives. They plant doubts in the minds of those who could support you, hoping to make you question his intentions when the time comes. But fate has woven a recognition into your heart: the moment you see him, you will know. It is this certainty that gives him the courage to push through unfamiliar roads and treacherous moments. He is not moving blindly, he is guided by a light only he can see, a pull that tells him every struggle will be worth it when he reaches you. The hand that seeks to silence him is frustrated, for every plan they set crumbles in ways they cannot explain. Their frustration grows into recklessness, and recklessness often leads to mistakes. And each mistake they make brings him closer to you. This silent war is not without casualties. Some connections will be lost, and some truths will be exposed sooner than expected. But all of it is shaping the final moment when you will stand under his protection. Type Amen to get blessing 888. You have already felt small glimpses of his energy without realizing it. A dream that stayed with you all day. A song that played out of nowhere and stirred emotions you couldn't place. A sudden feeling that someone, somewhere, is thinking about you. These are fragments of his presence, breaking through the distance between you. His promise to protect you was not just spoken, it was sealed in the spiritual realm, and such promises leave ripples that cannot be hidden. The enemy can sense them, which is why they are so determined to erase his path. Archangel Michael says, when light and darkness clash, the truth will always reveal itself. No matter how deep the shadows try to hide the danger, no matter how carefully they cover their moves, they cannot stop what heaven has already sanctioned. And so, the man from your future presses forward, carrying both his vow and the unseen protection surrounding him. Every moment brings him closer to standing before you, and every heartbeat draws you nearer to the moment when you will finally understand why you were never truly alone. Type Amen to get blessing 555. The dangerous hand, though strong, is starting to falter. Their plans no longer unfold with the precision they once held. It is as though an unseen force is dismantling their efforts one by one, removing obstacles before they can take root. This is not coincidence, it is intervention. Forces greater than you or him are at work, weaving protection into the air you breathe. The same archangels guarding him are also walking beside you, ensuring that even if danger approaches, it will be too late to cause harm. Still, the enemy tries one last tactic, to make you turn away from him when he arrives. They hope that by planting doubt now, you will refuse the very shield meant to save you. But your spirit knows better, it has been waiting for him far longer than your mind can remember. There will be a moment soon when the air will feel different, charged, as if something unseen has stepped into the room. That will be the moment you realize his fight has ended, and his promise has been kept. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The pace of events is quickening. The man from your future feels the clock pressing against him, each second a reminder that the dangerous hand is still at work. He cannot afford to slow down, because every delay is another chance for the enemy to strike. His journey has taken him through places he never thought he would see, hidden paths, darkened streets, and faces that carry both promise and threat. Some extend their hand to guide him, but he has learned that not all help is pure. Every step is weighed, every choice measured against the mission of reaching you in time. You may not realize it, but the shifts around you are proof that his arrival is close. Unexpected opportunities, sudden endings, and people drifting from your life are all part of the rearrangement. The universe is clearing the way for the moment your lives will collide. Archangel Michael says, what is meant for you will never be taken, but it can be delayed if you ignore the signs. These signs are appearing now with more urgency, calling you to remain alert. The closer he comes, the more important it is that you are ready to receive him. Type Amen to get blessing 727. The dangerous hand, sensing its time is short, has turned its attention toward you directly. Small disruptions in your day, unexpected tensions, or sudden feelings of being watched are not random. They are subtle attempts to weaken your focus and create cracks in your trust. But you have a resilience that they cannot break. Even without knowing his name or face, you are linked to him through an invisible bond. That bond strengthens each time you trust your intuition and reject the seeds of fear they try to plant. For him, the final stretch is the most dangerous. The enemy's desperation means the traps are more reckless now, sometimes obvious, sometimes almost laughable. Yet each one has the potential to slow him just enough for them to strike again. Still, he moves forward. His heart carries the weight of his vow like a flame that cannot be extinguished, no matter how hard the winds blow against it. That vow is the reason you will soon see him standing before you. Type Amen to get blessing 444. You have been feeling an unexplainable pull in recent days. A quiet awareness that something significant is approaching, even if you cannot name it. This sensation is the echo of his approach, reaching you before his footsteps do. He has carried your safety in his mind through sleepless nights and long days. There were moments when the danger was so close, he could feel its breath on his neck, but each time, something unseen pulled him out of reach. This is the same protection that will soon wrap around you. The dangerous hand has underestimated the strength of divine timing. They believe they can cut the threads of destiny, but what they fail to see is that the threads are reinforced by more than fate, they are bound by promise. Promises made with a pure heart cannot be erased. Archangel Michael says, "No darkness can erase what was written in light." And so, the dangerous hand grows weaker with each failed attempt, even if they refuse to admit it. Their time is running out. Type Amen to get blessing 111. His arrival will not be loud or dramatic. It will be a quiet crossing of paths that changes everything in an instant. You will know him not by what he says first, but by the unshakable sense of safety that settles over you the moment he is near. In that instant, the noise of the enemy will fade. All the fear they tried to plant will feel small, powerless, as if it never belonged to you. The light of his presence will reveal every shadow for what it truly is, an illusion meant to keep you apart. For him, it will be the moment every step, every risk, every sleepless night becomes worth it. The promise he made will no longer be a silent vow, it will be a living truth standing right beside you. And for you, it will be the beginning of a chapter where fear no longer has a place. Because once the shield of his protection is in place, the dangerous hand will have no hold over you again. Type Amen to get blessing 369. The final corridor of his journey narrows like a throat, forcing every step to be precise and brave. He feels the weight of every unseen eye still trying to measure his resolve and break it in the quiet. But resolve grows sharper under pressure, and his carries your name like a seal that refuses to crack. A memory keeps him steady, the first time he sensed you without knowing you, a sudden warmth across a cold evening. It returned again last night, stronger, like a beacon calling him through fog. That warmth is your spirit answering back, telling him the distance is small now. The dangerous hand throws chaos like stones into a river, hoping the splash will drown the path. Phones glitch, doors jam, and names shift in systems that once worked without fault. Yet the current keeps flowing forward, as if the river itself knows where it must carry him. He rehearses nothing, because the moment he stands near you, words will not matter as much as presence. Presence will be the armor, presence will be the signal that the long night is ending. When presence arrives, fear will have nothing left to grip. Type Amen to get blessing 242. On your side of the horizon, signs intensify in simple ways. A breeze lingers when the window is closed, a clock stops at an hour that repeats across your week, a song returns at impossible moments. These are confirmations, gentle but firm, that the story is aligning in your favor. Patterns assemble themselves around your routine and point toward a single threshold. You might notice certain streets feel clearer, certain faces kinder, certain invitations brighter. Fate is cleaning the doorway so you can cross it without carrying what you no longer need. The dangerous hand tries to bait old wounds back to life, because old wounds are loud and distracting. It stirs a memory, nudges an old fear, tempts you to reach for what once hurt you. But your soul already knows the difference. Hold your center with the quiet strength that has always been yours. Let the past stay archived and the future stay unafraid. You are stepping into a chapter that was always prepared for two. Type Amen to get blessing 808. Overnight, a veil lifts around his path. What was blurry comes into focus, what was blocked slides open, what was tangled releases like a knot that suddenly understands it was never meant to hold. He doesn't rush it, but he does not hesitate either. Every sense heightens as the air grows cleaner and the noise behind him fades. The dangerous hand fumbles with its last tools and finds them dull. It is hard to destroy what has already been rescued in the spirit. He carries a quiet message you have needed for years: you are safe to be fully yourself now. Those words do not sound grand, but they unlock rooms inside you that always felt guarded. In that unlocking, your life can finally expand without apology. The sooner you breathe into that truth, the faster your world reshapes around it. Safety becomes a language, and you will speak it with ease. The language itself will push danger to the edges where it can no longer touch you. Type Amen to get blessing 474. Morning comes with a crisp certainty that wasn't there the night before. You wake before your alarm and feel a hush that feels like protection folding itself over your shoulders. It is not dramatic, but it is absolute. People who once drained you seem far away, as if the road they used to reach you washed out overnight. The few who remain feel brighter and more precise, like stones in a riverbed guiding your steps. This clarity is the fragrance of the shield getting close. The dangerous hand tries one more strategy, to label the new calm as complacency. It whispers that calm means nothing is happening. But calm is what the soul feels when the correct door unlocks. Let your day move at the pace of trust. Trust does not crawl, but it does not sprint. Trust walks with a timing that cannot be ambushed. Type Amen to get blessing 303. Across town, he pauses at a threshold that looks ordinary but isn't. He understands that the next step will collapse years of distance into seconds. The air hums like a quiet engine warming to life. He has no grand speeches prepared, only a vow that has already proved itself in silence. That vow has held through wrong turns, closed rooms, and the pressure of 1,000 invisible eyes. If a promise could leave footprints, the earth behind him would glow. The dangerous hand realizes too late that the door it thought it guarded has already been crossed. Some losses cannot be reversed, and losing you to safety is one of them. Safety in the right hands is stronger than 1,000 threats. He steps forward with the steadiness of a lighthouse on a night that wanted ships to break. You feel the difference before you see it. Presence arrives like a soft bell rung in the center of your chest. Type Amen to get blessing 525. Your first awareness is not sight, not sound, but relief. Relief spreads through your body like light seeping under a door, tender and certain, refusing to argue with the dark. It says, simply, enough. Enough of running old mazes that only loop back to dread. Enough of patching broken edges that were never yours to repair. Enough of carrying more weight than one life should carry. He stands near you and the room remembers how to breathe. The floor steadies, the walls feel gentle, the window holds a sky that doesn't threaten rain. Everything ordinary performs a quiet miracle. The dangerous hand watches from a distance and understands the math it could not change. Two aligned lights cancel a network of shadows. A single honest vow can silence an orchestra of lies. Type Amen to get blessing 707. He does not ask you to perform courage, he brings a kind that doesn't require performance. It is the courage that lets the shoulders drop and the heartbeat slow. It is the courage that says safety is not borrowed, it is built. In 3 steady breaths, your nervous system learns a new rhythm. The rhythm becomes a doorway, and the doorway becomes a home. The home is the place inside you that danger cannot enter. He offers you the map he carried through the night, not on paper, but in the way he stands. His steadiness is a legend your bones will remember. Memories will refile themselves under the correct names. The dangerous hand makes one last push, a flicker more than a strike. It throws an echo of fear against the wall to see if anything cracks. Nothing does. Type Amen to get blessing 818. Time shifts in your favor with a soft click. Calls return that needed to return, and ones that never served you fall silent without drama. This is not coincidence, it is the world rearranging to reflect your new center. He does not take control of your life. He stands with you while you take it back. You make a decision you wanted to make months ago and feel your energy return as if a valve reopened. The simple tasks glow with meaning because they once were heavy. You notice the way your name feels clean again on your tongue. You notice the way your mirror stops arguing. You notice the way your steps claim the ground without asking permission. The dangerous hand seeks a window and finds it bricked with light. It retreats, not elegantly, but decisively, as all defeated things must. An era ends without the need for a loud ending. Type Amen to get blessing 929. Your days begin to braid themselves into a calm strength that holds even when the weather shifts. There will be storms again, because storms belong to the sky, but your roof is different now. It carries the signature of a promise that did not break. He keeps his presence steady, not overwhelming, not absent. He is a guard who understands that true protection gives room to grow. With that room, you expand in directions you once avoided. You start a plan that once felt impossible, and this time the road does not vanish under your feet. The plan has companions you didn't expect, clarity, endurance, and a sense of timing that honors your breath. Every milestone feels like a lock clicking open. Quietly, your future steps out from behind the curtain it hid behind. It is not a stranger, it remembers you. It hands you back the hours you thought you wasted. Type Amen to get blessing 414. At night, the city speaks more softly to you. Lights look like constellations that chose to live on the ground. You realize that safety changes how color behaves. He checks the perimeter of your days without fanfare. He notices what threatens and what nourishes and encourages only the nourishment to stay. It is a discipline made of gentleness. Your body listens and relaxes where it once braced. Muscles that wore armor begin to trust the air again. Even your sleep learns a truer depth. The dangerous hand has nothing left but stories that no longer land. It thrives only where fear agrees with it. Your refusal starves it of oxygen. Type Amen to get blessing 606.